What's up, guys? It's Arib Suas here, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the Bittorrent token today. I'm getting a lot of questions about what it is and why on earth is my Bittorrent now tokenized. So for those who don't know, in fact, Tron, Justin Sun's Tron Foundation, actually acquired Bittorrent. The Bittorrent network, the technology, back in 2018. So apparently they paid about $140 million to acquire Bittorrent. So, and for those who are not familiar with Bittorrent, it is a popular P2P or peer-to-peer file sharing protocol. It's a somewhat decentralized protocol. Basically, anyone can start distributing files and mass sharing them. So there's been a lot of a lot of controversy as a result of that. Because obviously, while Bittorrent can be used for legitimate purposes, definitely there's no denying that some people have used Bittorrent for copyrighted material. But to that extent, I haven't heard that there's been any lawsuit against Bittorrent as an organization, which is the good news. So when it comes to Bittorrent, though, what is it now? Well, let's talk about it here. It was an ICO, obviously, and Bittorrent, or BTT, is actually a TRC10 token on the Tron network, right? So it's just kind of like how you have ERC20 tokens on the Ethereum network, and you can have DApps as well on, say, Stellar and many other networks. Well, yeah, Bittorrent is kind of the same idea. It is a token on the Tron network. So what makes it interesting and special? Well, we can talk about the price, okay? So it is nearly, or probably more so than doubled, okay, in a short period of time. What's interesting, if you look at the ICO price, right, it was very low. Right? It's like 0.000498 cents, okay? And what is it now, right? It's actually gone down a little bit today. It is now 0.001198. So you can see there's a lot of people talking about pumping it. There's a huge community behind it. It kind of reminds me of a similar story as Dogecoin. Another thing I think that BitTorrent has going for it is the fact that they have over 100 million users. So BitTorrent is not just an ICO, are they going to build something and make it work? Well, obviously BitTorrent as a network and protocol has already been working successfully. So it's not like they're building something and we wonder if it's going to work. It's already working. So going back to BTT though, like I said, it's a TRC10 token that's based on the Tron network. Okay, so what are some of the things that they've changed about it after acquiring BitTorrent? Well, where it gets interesting is with BitTorrent speed. Okay, so they're promising faster downloads and in exchange for BTT. So what it really is, guys, is this. If you're using the BitTorrent network and the newer client, you'll have the option to speed up your downloads by paying some of your BTT, right? If you have any BitTorrent tokens, then you can pay, right, to get faster downloads. As well, if you're someone who's seeding, right, if you've downloaded the entire file of something, you could start bidding, right, and get paid to offer those faster speeds to other clients. So it's creating kind of an ecosystem. What I find interesting, guys, is the cost of bandwidth is not cheap. So it's kind of democratizing bandwidth in file sharing, right? So you don't have to be a big entity like Google or Amazon to be able to take advantage of this. Right, so it's really putting the power back in the hands of the average person. Now, in fact, if you look at the other project that's part of it, is the BitTorrent file system. So this is something new that they've added. BTFS is just a protocol that basically it's allowing distributed file sharing. So traditionally on the BitTorrent network, if you're sharing a file, that file is solely seeded from a private computer or private server. Okay. Now, in the case of BTFS, it's distributing that. It's actually distributing that file. That file is being seeded from multiple users. So for yourself to take advantage of that, then you can enable BTFS and actually add a file and start seeding it, or at least part of that file. So it has a huge potential, and as well, you can also earn BTT by hosting files, by dedicating some of your bandwidth and storage space to sharing and storing some of these files. So it's quite interesting to me. There's an article here from over 1 year ago, just over a year ago, right? And they talk about, for example, BTT going up 870% since the ICO. Okay, and what I find interesting about that is that it pretty much brings us to the same point that we are today. Okay, so at this point, it's pretty much the same almost. Look at this price here, 00012. Okay, and what are we now? 0012. But the thing is, there's one extra zero. Okay, so it's worth a lot more than it was back then. But it's interesting, right? 1 0 more, move over a decimal, and it's been quite the investment for people who have put their money into it. So I'm already calling the Bittorrent token quite a big success. So guys, I hope this makes sense about how it works. BTT is a utility token, a TRC10 token on the Tron network. And so these extra features, the BTFS are running on Tron's network, of course, right? And BTT obviously is a token that's on Tron's network. And so basically this is what it brings to the table. I think it's really ingenious because it leverages technology that's already working and improves upon it, and it creates an ecosystem, out of its huge user base. Yeah, so guys, that's my take on it. What are your thoughts, guys? I hope you found this interesting. Once again, this is Reeps US here, and I'll see you guys next time.